Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and welcome back from the LG Studios here in New York City. You're watching the qualifying tournament for entry into the WCS America Premier League. WCS America hasn't actually officially started yet as far as the main Premier League tournament, as far as the Challenger League tournament. This is just, again, a qualifying tournament, of course. WCS Korea has been going on. It's been a lot of fun watching that. Of course, I think they just finished the round of 32 stage.
Yes.
So definitely check that out over there in Korea, casted by Mr. Tasteless and Mr. Artosis. And of course, WCS Europe has been a lot of fun to watch. I think they're 2 days in. They've gone through 2 groups. We got 4 people already getting to the next round, so really awesome stuff there. Of course, this is a qualifying tournament for entry into the Premier League. Pretty important stuff. Nick, why don't you try to qualify, man?
You know, I have to bet on Crank. He's like the original Axiom guy. He looked so strong the last game. He already took game number 1.
Yes.
Let's actually right into game number 2.
Let's go to game 2.
Game number 2. See if Top can make a comeback. Top showed some great play in that last set. I mean, the DT micro was great. He focused down a lot of probes. And, you know, he knew about the Oracle. He kept 2 Stalkers back to defend, and 2 Stalkers with Blink should be enough to keep that Oracle away. But what he didn't know is Crank, being an insane genius, is 1 step ahead, built a single Phoenix, knowing that your average Protoss will leave 2 Stalkers to defense. You could pick up 1 Stalker and get all those probe kills.
Yeah, it was really cool. You know, it's awesome seeing these newer little tricks and things that we haven't necessarily been able to see in Wings of Liberty, and that's what's going to happen in Heart of the Storm. It's a new game, and all these awesome players are starting to really dive into the strategies. I mean, heck, in WCS Europe, we saw a guy by the name of Lucifron decided, you know what, I'm going to rush to a Thor, and I'm going to kill my opponent.
That was pretty cool.
And the Thor's like, what's the name? What do they say?
Thor's here.
Thor's, wait, are you the voice actor for the Thor?
No,
Nick,
not
why do
nearly
you
that
tell
good.
us this? That you should be proud of that. All right, here we are, game number 2 of Crank versus Top. The bottom left-hand location, we got the red Protoss player who is on Team Axiom. He's 1 win away from qualifying for the Premier League of WCS America. He is Crank. Big fan favorite, I think. Very classy guy. Of course, his opponent in the top right-hand location is the blue Protoss player. He is Chinese, so do not confuse him with the Korean Terran who was on OGS.
Yes.
This guy is a Chinese Protoss player.
Look at, I was wondering why Crank was sending the probe so early. I'm like, that's a very unusual scout timing. And then all of a sudden I realized he's not building the gateway. And then all of a sudden I realized,
oh my gosh,
he's building a forge. And look at this.
Okay.
He knows the trick's not
like,
Daybreak.
You know what? Here's how I'm going to qualify for the Premier League of WCS America, ladies and gentlemen. Here's how it's going to happen. It's going to be a cannon rush.
You know, a very fast reaction from Top, though. And I feel like it's going to be very close. Crank's going to have to build up. If Crank misses this next pylon, once his pylon, the pylon on the left's going to die in a second here.
Yep, he has to build the pylon right away.
Or else that cannon will. Oh, nice move by him. But Top micros his probes through the crack to get maximum service area. It's not over yet. The Zelda's out now. He's got to move the probes aside so the Zelda can get through. Let him through.
Did he
there
go to the wrong
goes.
one? Okay, is that the right one, though?
I think going on the left side might have been slightly better, but they had a cannons up and focusing the Zell. Great play by Crank there, targeting the correct unit. I think this might be it.
Is this going to be the fastest game?
He's going to lose too many probes. Oh, and even building another pylon.
WCS America. So if that pylon dies, the cannon stays powered.
Yeah, well, it will be depowered for a second if you can kill, but it's not going to be depowered long enough to pick up both the cannons.
Oh, gosh.
Another Zell comes out here.
Well, if he had targeted the pylon a little bit earlier. Hold on.
Maybe. No, I think he's lost too much.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he just lost too much.
18-9. I think Crank just might say, all right, I'm going to win right now.
Yeah, and I mean, you know what? You do what you have to in a tournament this important.
Oh, hero probe. The probe is like, yes, I did it. Oh, there's the GG.
Yeah.
That probe must feel awesome about himself, though. No, a little sad because all his friends died.
He had 1 friend left.
Oh, you're right. He just spawned out of the Nexus.
Two probes.
They hadn't formed that relationship yet. 'Cause
That's
that was a
true.
new probe. Crank, the 2-0. He's going to qualify for the Premier League of WCS America. Let's take a look at the updated bracket. We got 2 members of Team Axiom saying, I'm just going to beat everyone. Thanks. And they qualify. The 2 Protosses. What monsters. I am an impressed person right now.
Yes, yes. Of course, Top isn't out of it yet. He showed some great play in game number 1. Game number 2 was a little bit unfortunate. They were a very well-executed cannon rush. Top, a fast reaction, but he couldn't quite block that second pylon from being placed down and forming that wall.
Yes.
So he's going to drop down to lower bracket. He's going to await the winner of Hart versus
Drunken
Boy.
Yes. They're going to play best of 3, Mr. Hart and Mr. Drunken Boy. I know a lot of people might confuse the two. And then the winner will play Top. Of course, Top, again, not out of it just yet, as you just said. And there is your updated bracket. So we have a nice painted picture of the scenario that's going to happen here. It's going to be a TVT to determine who goes on to play Top. And the winner of that qualifies. Hart, of course, member of Team Axiom. Can we have a double Axiom qualified tonight?
I think we could. Hart vs. Drunken Boy is going to be a very closely fought match. Drunken Boy's beating a lot of great players, even taking out Miha from Axiom in the round before the lower bracket. And honestly, I have to say, I think Top would rather have Drunken Boy advance. Not necessarily because Drunken Boy is a lesser player, but because Hart is really good against Protoss.
Yes.
His successes from the MLG tournaments have been primarily against Protoss opponents. Very, very strong.
Of course, he was on Team Complexity in those days. So for people who are like, oh, I know a Complexity Hart, I don't know an Axiom Hart, he ended up moving to Axiom. Great acquisition there by Axiom. So guys, stay tuned. More StarCraft 2 Heart of the Storm action coming your way from the qualifiers for WCS America Premier League. We got Drunken Boy versus Hart. Best of 3 in just a bit. Do not go anywhere.